Everyone, welcome to today's Top Chef review and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not just you.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Last week, Marc went home. Nobody liked his curried vegetables.
And he was sloppy.
He was dirty.
So it's time for the quick fire.
Oh, Tom! There's no guest judge. It's just good old Tom Colicchio.
And Padma.
So, the winner of this is no longer going to have immunity.
Ooh.
They are stepping up the game.
Yeah, so the two challenges this week will involve two teams and their old favorites.
Oldies but goodies.
Yeah.
First order of business is draw knives for teams.
So the first team is Stepanie, Antonia, Andrew, and Richard.
Pretty solid team right there.
It is a solid team.
Then second team, second stringers, Nikki, Dale, Spike, and Lisa.
Already they're like, oh, we
Poor
don't have
Dale.
a very good team here.
Yeah.
So the quick fire is Tom's personal favorite,
And one of mine.
the relay race.
I love it. So they're going to have to supreme 5 oranges. They're going to have to dress 2 artichokes, clean and fillet a monkfish, and make a quart of mayo.
Oh.
So it's Lisa versus Antonia.
Yeah, for supreming oranges.
Right.
And Lisa pretty much kicked Antonia's ass.
She left her in the dust. She was about 2 oranges ahead of her the whole time.
So then the artichokes, Spike and Andrew.
Spike thought he was pretty quick, but you know what?
He had a big lead coming out of the
That's
oranges.
right. But he also thought he was pretty quick. But Andrew had a secret weapon.
Peeler.
Thank you. That's using your brain to work smarter, not harder. And then they were neck and neck right after the artichoke thing because Spike broke his artichoke. And that is not acceptable.
No, so he had to do another one.
That's right. So it came out even, and it's even playing field for Richard and Dale. You know Dale is like crazy ass on that monkfish because he probably does that all the time.
His fillets were a little bit sloppy
A
though.
little bit sloppy, but you know what?
Acceptable.
He didn't kick Richard's ass. They were still pretty much neck and neck. So good for you, Richard.
Richard's got some skills.
He does. And I can't believe he's married.
I know. I thought he was gay. But anyway.
But he's not. That's whatever. So, yeah, it came down to Stepanie and Nikki to make the mayo.
Yeah.
Stepanie makes mayo all the time.
And Nikki has not made mayo, like handmade, since like culinary school.
Culinary school. I haven't made it since culinary school. I don't know what to do. All right, I'll do it. So
yes,
her arm
Stepanie
was
won.
definitely breaking. I could see smoke coming out of her elbow. It was definitely shot. So, since they don't have immunity, they get a very important advantage. They get to pick who they want to prepare their menu for the challenge.
So Dale, after losing, had like this temper tantrum.
Oh, it
and
was
he punched
crazy.
the locker and he like busted it.
Like, I haven't hide it. Yes, change diaper, please. Right. So it's time for the elimination challenge.
And it's a twist on Restaurant Wars.
Does everybody remember Restaurant Wars?
They had to do it twice.
But we're not doing it. We're doing Wedding Wars.
Yeah, so they bring out Corey and JP who are getting married like tomorrow.
And they also own a restaurant.
And I think a catering thing.
Right. So each team is going to cater for half of the wedding.
125 guests.
That's a big... So the winning team actually picked the bride.
Yeah, because they're like, this is her special day. She's been dreaming about this forever, and we need to do it right.
I mean, that could have backfired because usually the bride is the more difficult one to please.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it probably was a good decision for them to go with the bride because I'm sure the bride wears the pants. From what I've seen.
They have 45 minutes to plan and $5,000 to shop.
They're going to get an hour at Whole Foods and an hour at the restaurant depot.
But it wasn't 2 separate hours. It was
No,
like,
it was, they had to
separate your
send
team
2.
now.
Right. So they're going to have to work the entire night.
Oh my god. And then the next
14
day,
hours.
yeah, 14 hours, and then the next day 2 hours to prep at the venue.
Wow. That is a long ass night.
Yeah.
So the groom's team, he's Italian.
He wants Italian food.
And Nikki's Italian and
like,
does
"Oh,
Italian
yeah."
food. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you want. Your palate is like just like mine.
So the appetizers are flatbreads and bruschetta.
You know, I've always said bruschetta.
That's what I thought it was.
But Nikki, Miss Italian, you know it all, bruschetta.
Sure.
Either way. So the buffet is going to be some homemade tortellini and mixed, what do they call that? Roasted vegetables?
Italian vegetables.
Yeah.
And cheeses.
And cheeses. Filet mignon. Chilean sea bass. Orechiette with ragu. That menu is all over the place.
It's a lot.
That is an ambitious menu. Very ambitious.
And then the cake is chocolate hazelnut.
Very nice.
So then the bride is from Atlanta, where
Richard
is also from. So she's a meat and potatoes kind of girl.
That's my kind of menu. If I was getting married again, I'd want a delicious meat and potatoes type menu.
But you're not.
Well, I might. Third time's a charm. Yeah, I've already been married twice to the same person. Tell you all about it in a video. Alright, so for their appetizers, they picked pizza, pulled pork sandwich,
short ribs, and blue cheese in
phyllo.
phyllo.
Just give me that for the entire wedding and I would be happy.
And then the buffet, crispy chicken.
Oh, Andrew.
Brisket, filet mignon. Go.
Spinach and potato gratin.
Oh.
And the cake. Stephanie's going to make a delicious chocolate and lemon cake. So Dale is getting upset.
He's got to pick up the slack for everyone on his team.
He's on a team of slackers. And
he's doing most of the work.
He really is. He might not be doing it well, but at least he's doing it. Because if he's not doing it, nobody's going to do it.
And everyone on that team is looking to Nikki to make decisions, and she's like, well, I'm not doing it.
Well, do whatever you feel. Thanks, Nikki. You're supposed to be the expert on Italian food.
She's like the half leader.
So, the guest judge, Gail Gand.
A top pastry chef from Chicago.
Somebody who gets thousands of dollars for cakes. I know. Can you believe that?
I think I need to change my career path.
So, it was a beautiful wedding.
Yes, with Tom, Padma, and Puffy.
That's right. Everybody was in attendance. And did everybody see Padma's whorish dress?
What was she thinking?
The bruschetta. It was too hard.
The bread was like...
tooth-breaking.
Yeah, teeth breaker. It was the bride's team, right? Who kept Andrew in the kitchen?
Very good decision.
Good move,
Keep him away from the people. Because you don't want that F-nut getting loose.
Especially on low sleep.
Yeah.
Or no sleep.
Exactly. So, according to the bride's menu, the chicken was the worst dish.
And they called this before they even made it. It's going to be bad. Because you can't make the crispy chicken in advance.
No. Because it won't be crispy.
No.
But I think it was just overdone anyway. I mean, that's not the kind of thing that you want to be eating at a wedding. It's just not fancy enough.
And the cake was gorge.
It was gorge. She really went all out on that cake and made it look gorgeous. The fondant on the outside just gave it such a finished look.
Yeah.
So the groom's menu. Nikki.
Your homemade tortellini was... Tortellini.
Not that good. Not good. And you know what? You were ragging on Dale because he didn't make the ragu like you make the ragu.
Well, they liked it.
That's right, Goomba. The cake. You know, okay, a groom's cake is not supposed to outshine the bride's cake.
But it was ugly.
That thing was a freaking train wreck meatloaf. It was disgusting looking. But it tasted good. So, it's time for judges panel.
Yes.
The bride's team first. May I have the bride's team in here first?
So they're like, chicken and the spinach or not good.
But you guys won.
Yay!
Fantastic.
They loved the cake, but
yes,
they thought Richard played a huge part in the making of the menu and everything.
And the implementing, and he did.
Yeah.
You know, Richard is really good at organizing and getting things done, and
so
kudos,
he won.
Richard. And he gave it to Stepanie.
That was nice.
Because he was in awe of her cake making skills, as was I.
So she was awarded or rewarded
yes.
$2,000 certificate for Crate and Barrel.
Wow. So she said, let's share it. Wow, you can each get a plate.
Yeah.
All right, guys, losing team in there.
The groom's team. Tom was like, okay, so who stepped up for this task?
Not me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I can't believe she said that. I was like shocked.
That was like final nail in the coffin for her because she was just has not been that good in my opinion.
I'm surprised she made it this far.
Ever since the homemade lasagna, it's all been downhill for her. So, which was like at the beginning almost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the cake tasted good.
But it looked ugly.
It was ugly. But you know what? It was the groom's cake, so it didn't matter that much.
So it really came down to Dale versus Spike.
Well, it came when they had the judging, it came down to Dale versus Spike. They went out at each other like two pit bulls.
They're like, well, I did this, well, I did this.
Come on, let it all out, Dale. Let it all out.
So in the end, the menu was just too big.
It was. And, you know, they really didn't have a gripe with Lisa.
No.
Surprisingly. And she was just staring them down. Maybe they were just afraid of her. I don't know. But, Nikki, pack your knives and go.
Finally.
She really deserved to go. I'm sorry. Next week, cooking for cops. Chicago cops. Better take care of those bears. So, kids, till the cops. Much love.